Good morning and welcome. This is Julie from Totally Holistic Health, and thank you very much for sharing this practice with me. This is a really lovely, gentle practice just to do when you're feeling a little bit stiff and achy in the morning. If you're maybe a little bit tired, you've not slept so well, it's a nice way just to get the body moving a little bit, just to stretch yourself out a little bit before you start your day. The main thing is just listen to what your body's telling you. If you do find that you're a little bit stiff and achy, don't overstretch, just ease into it a little bit. Use your breath, just see if you can allow that breath just to release any muscle tensions. So we're going to start off in a nice upright position. So I've got a bolster here. If you haven't got a bolster, just maybe pop something underneath your bottom like a pillow or a cushion, or maybe just a rolled up towel just to give yourself a little bit of height. And having a little bit of height just allows you to drop the knees down just a little bit. So it just allows you to draw your spine nice and tall. So just imagine you've got a little thread just pulling that spine nice and tall. So you've got a lovely long body with your head over your heart over your pelvis. And if you feel happy closing your eyes, just very gently let them close. We're just going to settle into our practice. So it's nice as we're sitting here just to see if you can just become aware of any sensations you can feel in your body. So maybe becoming aware of any tensions you're holding, maybe in your shoulders, your jaw, your back, your hips. And then maybe start to bring your awareness to your breath. See if you can breathe into your belly. Continue that breath in from the belly all the way up to the upper chest. And as you release the breath, we're breathing from the upper chest and releasing all the way down. So it's a bit like a wave, so breathing into your belly and then releasing. Nice and gentle, nice and slow. Not trying to force the breath, just letting it come into its natural rhythm. Being able to use the breath is a really important thing because it just allows you, first of all, to relax a little bit better, and having that awareness of the breath is quite a mindful practice, so it just allows you to focus on what you're actually trying to do rather than focusing on your day ahead. So it's nice just to bring that awareness into the breath, and also notice where you're noticing that breath, if it's in your belly, if it's in the nostrils or chest. If you want to keep your eyes shut, you're more than welcome to. But we're going to just draw the chin down towards your chest. Just get a little stretch in the back of the neck. So if you can, try to stay upright. Try to draw the shoulders down your back, so we're not slumping over. Just really feeling a little bit of length in the back of that neck and along your spine. Let's roll the right ear over to the right shoulder, so you're just tilting your head to the right hand side, so you get a little stretch in the left side of your neck. So again, just be really mindful of how that feels. If it feels a little bit tight, just bring the head back to centre a little bit more. But if we can use the breath just to breathe into any tension in that left hand side. And let's roll the chin all the way down towards that chest again, and then we're going to tilt the left ear over to the left shoulder, and again just noticing how that feels on the right hand side of your neck. Try to keep the shoulders down your back. Give yourself a little bit of space between your ears and those shoulders. Again, keep the breath nice and steady. The breath is a really good gauge if you're overstretching, so if you find that your breath is becoming a little bit more shallow, you may be overstretching slightly, so just focus on that breath, focus on how it feels in your body. And let's roll the chin all the way down, slowly bringing the head back up. Okay, so we'll just draw the shoulders up towards your ears, just hold them there, keep the breath nice and steady. And we'll take a nice deep breath in, and let those shoulders drop down. Let's do that again, draw them in, all the way up towards your ears. Hold that tension in the shoulders, try to keep the breath nice and steady. On the out breath, just let everything sink down. Big roll those shoulders round. Wonderful. Okay, so we're going to bring the hands onto our shoulders. So we're just going to circle those elbows around, big circles. So again, getting those shoulders moving, you may find it's uncomfortable, so you may want to start with smaller circles, building them up to bigger ones. Again, just see how that feels in your body. You might find crunches and clicks like mine is at the moment. And then when that feels okay, maybe circling those elbows the opposite way. And in this one, you may want to start with bigger circles going into smaller circles, or you may want to start smaller circles going into big, depending on how they feel. But just trying to get a little bit of movement in to those shoulders. Wonderful. Okay, so bring those hands back down. We're going to release our wrists now. So let's bring those arms out in front of us, push the palms away. Try to keep the shoulders down your back so we're not up here. Just allow them to drop back down. Try to draw the fingers back towards the back of your forearms if you can. If you want to put a little bit of a stretch on, you can just gently coax them back a little bit if that feels okay. If you've got RSI or carpal tunnel, just be really careful. Nice and strong with those arms, drop those shoulders down. Now we're going to just drop those fingertips down towards the floor. So again, draw those palms towards the forearms as much as you can to get a really good stretch. Back of those arms. Then maybe do some circles. This is where the clicks and the crunches also come in. So again, if you find you've got clicky wrists, that's absolutely fine. Circle them one way and then the other. Wonderful. Okay. So we're going to bring those palms or hands together, push the palms away. Let's drop the head down between those arms, pull the spine, belly back towards your spine to get a really good stretch in the back of the neck. And then gently straightening up, so you can keep the arms straight if your shoulders feel okay with it, or you can keep the elbows bent depending on what that feels like for you. So just have a bit of a play, see what feels good for you. And then we're going to twist around to the right, so let's just twist the chest round. And then we can bring the left arm down onto your knee and bring the right hand behind us. Just draw the right shoulder blade back. So again, try to keep a lovely open chest. So if you bring your right hand as close to your bottom as you can, that makes it much easier. Just maybe turn that head round if that feels okay. And slowly releasing back to center. So we're going to bring those palms together, push the palms away, drop the head down between those arms, pull the belly down back towards your spine. Slowly straightening back up again. So get either elbows bent or nice and tall, depending on what suits your shoulders. We're going to twist round to the left. So the right hand onto the left knee. Just bring the left hand as close to your bottom as you can, just easing that left shoulder blade back, and the head can come and look over that left shoulder if it feels okay. And slowly coming back to center. So we're going to interlock the hands behind our back now. So if you can, keep the palms upright, draw those fingertips down towards your bottom, draw the shoulder blades together nice and open with the chest. So we're going to release, or keep the hands where they are, and we're going to just bend the elbows a little bit, and then I want you to bring both your hands over to the left side of your waist. So we're just trying to draw that right shoulder blade back a little bit more. And again, you can just turn the head if you want to a little bit, just to see how that feels. And then bring both your hands over to the right side of your waist. So again, see how that feels. Just draw that left shoulder blade back. So again, very gently just get some movement into those shoulders this morning. And let's release both those arms and those hands and just give yourself a really good stretch. So we're going to come onto our backs now. So we're going to release the hips and into the legs a little bit. So if you have your knees bent to start off with, as you come onto your back, just take a couple of moments here. So you should have a little gap underneath the small of your back, which is fine. But what we're going to do, we're going to push that little gap into the floor so your pelvis is tilting. So we're going to just slowly tilt that pelvis so it just tilts up a little bit. And then we're going to release so that little gap appears underneath your back again, just to get a bit of movement into your spine. So push that lower back in, tilting the pelvis. And release. And one more time, just slowly push that lower back into the floor. We're going to draw your right knee in towards your chest. Give it a nice big hug. Now you can keep this left leg bent if you want to, or if it feels okay, you can straighten it out or put a little bend into it. It's just going to get a really good hip flexor stretch there. And then we're going to slowly bring that right leg up towards the ceiling, so you may want to support it with just bringing the hands onto the back of that thigh. And maybe circle those ankles. If you need to bend this knee a little bit, that's absolutely fine. Sometimes it can be a little bit tight in the morning, so if your hamstrings are really tight, just allow yourself to have a little bend in that knee, which is fine. Okay, now we can maybe see if we can draw that knee a little bit closer in if you want to, but don't overstretch that hamstring, and you might find it easier to bend your left leg if you want to. So again, have a bit of a play which feels right for you. And if you want to, you've also got the option of bringing the nose up towards that right knee. So engage in those core muscles. And then let's bring that head back now. And we're going to draw that knee in towards your chest, give it a nice big hug. And we're going to do a little twist. So if you bring your left hand onto the outside of that right knee, we're going to just draw it across your body. Just to get a little stretch across the outside of that right leg, just into the lower back, just being really mindful of how that feels. So you use the breath again, just breathing into any tightness. And slowly come back to center. Let's draw both those knees back in. Give yourself a nice big hug. And then let's place your right foot down onto the floor. Just draw that left leg in. Nice big hug. And again, seeing how that feels as we straighten that left leg up. So you've got the option of keeping your right leg bent, or you can straighten it out depending on how that hamstring feels on that left side. And maybe circling that left ankle around. And the best thing is just trying to make sure you understand how it feels in your body. So don't overstretch. If you need to bend that little leg a little bit more, you can do. Maybe see if you can draw the hamstring a little bit close without overstretching that hamstring. So just have a play, see how that feels. If you need to bend the right leg, that's fine. Maybe draw the nose up towards that left knee. Try to keep that bottom leg really strong. And then slowly releasing the head back down. We're going to draw that left knee in, give it a nice big hug. And then cross it over to the right hand side. So you bring the right hand onto the outside of that knee, just give it a little twist over. And again, noticing how that feels this side. You know, I have a little pull there in the lower back, so if it does pull too much, just ease off a little bit. Again, use your breath. And then slowly release back to centre. Let's draw both of those knees back in towards your chest. Give them a nice big hug. And if you want to, just draw the nose up towards both of those knees and give yourself a really good cuddle. And then slowly release. Let's allow those legs just to stretch away. If you need to put something underneath those knees to take any pressure off your lower back, you're more than welcome to. Just allow yourself to come into Shavasana just for a few moments. Use this time just to allow your body to settle, just become aware of any sensations in your body. Like we did at the start of our practice, notice any tension. Notice your breath. Just notice that sense of stillness. Bring your awareness to your toes and just give them a bit of wiggle. Bring awareness to your fingertips and just give them a little bit of a wiggle too. Maybe take a nice deep breath in, just roll the arms above your head, just push those heels away. Maybe point those toes. And then draw those knees in towards your chest. And just rolling over to one side before you come up into a nice, comfortable seated position. Just take a couple of moments here. Just to connecting to the sensations of your body, connecting to the floor, your breath, your energies for the day. Your hands into your heart center. Lower the head down towards those fingertips. Thank you as always for joining me. Namaste. If you want to keep track of regular videos, please feel free to just message me, or you can sign up to my YouTube channel, and I will see you next time. Take care.